Miss Williams here. I wanted to talk to you today about sight words. So sight words are words that your child should know on sight. They should be able to both read them and write them, and that is very important that they can do both. Reading them and writing them are going to be very important. So with sight words, your child has been learning different sight words depending on what grade they are and where they are in their reading and writing all year. If you are looking for what words your child does and does not know, you can email your child's teacher and they should be able to give you that information. Although, as you have done some distance learning, your child may have picked up some additional sight words. So, this first video is going to be about things you can do to reinforce the sight words that your child has learned. If you're looking for a routine on teaching your child new sight words, that will be in another separate video that we'll also post. However, no one is expecting you to teach your child new sight words while we're out of school. We'll certainly take care of that when we get back. However, if you're looking for that and you want to go and do that anyway, that's fine. You might have a tutor who's working with your child who wants to do that, so that'll be a separate video. For this video, I'm just going to show you some easy and quick ways to reinforce the sight words that your child knows or maybe is a little shaky on. So with sight words, we want to remember that the best way to reinforce them is by using all of your child's senses so that they have input coming from all senses, their sight, their kinesthetic and tactile, and by hearing them. So I'm going to change the camera and show you some quick, easy ways. So here I have a sand tray. You can, at home, use just regular playground sand. You could use salt. You could use whatever you have on hand to make it easy. My sand tray has two different colors. It's not perfect right now, but one of my colors is more thick grain sand, so it lays on the top. And then to clear, you just shake. So you tell your child the word. Say the word is saw, so they're going to spell it S-A-W, saw. And then they're going to shake it, and they're going to do it again, S-A-W, saw. The reason that you're going to want to use the sand tray is because they're going to be able to feel it. My tray below, you probably can't see this, but it's textured. It won't matter if your tray is textured or not. They'll be able to see it and feel it. They need to spell it out loud so that they can hear themselves. That's part of the multisensory. They need to be writing it with their finger, and you need to try to make sure that they are using correct letter formation. So if they are not using correct letter formation, let's say that they're starting their S from the bottom, you're going to want to help remind them start from the top and go around, S. If they're, let's say that they're making a circle and then adding a stick and maybe the stick is on the wrong place, you're going to want to remind them, make a C, turn it into an O, now it's an A. So over and around, up, down, A. Whatever you want to say to help them remember the way that it's formed. So S, A, W. It's important that you are with them when they're doing this so that you can make sure they're using that correct letter formation, that they're saying it, they're hearing themselves, and they're also touching it. You could probably do that 4 or 5 times and they would be fine. So that's one way. You could use salt. I've seen people use just playground sand. You could use flour. You could really use anything. Shaving cream I've seen. I know in my house that would easily go sideways, so I would not probably pick shaving cream for my own self, but for a lot of kids they really enjoy that, so that's one way. Another way is I have this, I call it a bumpy board. I'm not really sure what the real name for it is. I got it from Walmart, and it is just like a textured piece of plastic. It's in the sewing section if you're looking for one, but you could really use anything with texture. On top of that, I put a piece of paper. I cut these small. They come in actually really big sheets. So if you're looking for them, you'll notice that they have big sheets. And what we're going to do is we're going to rainbow write. So you're going to give your child different color crayons. If you have a younger child, you might want to do the first part of the word for them if they're really struggling. But you're going to want them to write the word saw. So let's say it together. S-A-W. Saw. And I apologize for my handwriting. I'm writing upside down. And then they're going to do it again in a different color. They're going to trace over the top, not around. S-A-W. W, saw. And then they're going to choose a different color, S-A-W. This tends to appeal to kids who are very artistic. And the good thing about it is they're saying it again, they're seeing it, they're feeling it, because the bumpiness of the sand, not the sand tray, of the bumpy board is making it so it's very tactile. So this is another good option. If you had something else in your house that was like a texture that you could put underneath of a piece of paper, that would work just as well. I used markers, you could use crayons, whatever makes it exciting for your child. Another way that you can do it is, I call this secret password. My child is learning to write his name, not sight words yet, but with sight words. If your child is like mine and is getting quite a lot of screen time, in between, sometimes I'll break it up, and for another 5 minutes of screen time, you can read the secret word and then give them the letters and have them do the passcode to read it. So I'll just give it to them, and then they can say it to me, S-A-W, and then I make him trace it with his finger. I do not have glue with me right now, but I did put glue on top of the letters so that when he traces it with his finger, that he can actually feel the way it feels. So that makes that a little bit more tactile. Those are just 3 quick, easy ways to do some review. I know that there are tons of other ways out there, but I just wanted to give you a couple of ideas for how to review and reinforce sight words. Please keep in mind it's really important that they are also reading those sight words in actual books. So when they're reading them, that's a good time to point out, oh, you know that word. You know it in a snap. Remember, that was one of our words. I would be careful not to do too many review words at a time, especially if one of those review words is a little tricky. So maybe some review words that they kind of have under their belt, and then one review word that might be a little trickier for that child. So if you have any questions, you are welcome to email me or let me know in the comments, and we are hoping that y'all are having a great day. Thanks.